Good morning everyone, and welcome to a sea day, a bit of a day in the life of what it's like on board P&O Cruises ship Arcadia. We are currently sailing a 60-day half world cruise, so we joined at the 40-day mark of the 100-day cruise that sails from the UK back to the UK. We started in Auckland in New Zealand, and we are currently in Southeast Asia, so we're at sea obviously, on our way to Singapore as I'm recording this, but the next videos you'll see will be Manila and Hong Kong, and I'll catch you up on some of the other ports that we have been to and just give you a little bit of an idea of what it's like. We're now halfway through. It's been amazing, but there's lots to share, but it is actually getting later into the morning because we never set an alarm on a sea day, obviously. No reason to get up and go to anything in particular. I always sort of have visions of me going to the gym or going to a yoga class, but today we've actually decided to get a walk in this morning. Benji did it yesterday and really enjoyed it, so we're going to just walk laps of the ship. Do you remember how long it is? He's got his headphones in ready to go.
3 laps is a mile.
Okay.
And yesterday I did 9 laps.
Pretty good
so
going.
3 miles yesterday.
You did like an hour, didn't you?
I raced myself as well. I was so sad. I did the little laps on your timer on your phone.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get it under 5 minutes. I couldn't get there. I was like sprint walking.
But we're gonna go for a walk. Then we need to go and pick up our passports, which I'll talk about more later as well. Have a bit of breakfast and see where the day goes. So if you are new, hi, I'm Brogan.
I'm Benji.
And we make travel, home and lifestyle vlogs, and we're based in the UK normally, but make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss all our upcoming vlogs from this trip and catch up with the ones we've already shared if you haven't seen them already. For now, let's go and get a walk in, start the day, bit of fresh air, and I'm excited. So that our cabin steward knows that we are ready for the cleaning, and put that in and they'll come and make our room up. We actually haven't been filming an awful lot around the ship just because we are on our honeymoon and it's been so busy. I'll talk about it a bit more later as well, but just the way that we've been doing days on land, and then the sea days are typically filled with us resting or editing vlogs, but today is a second sea day of 2, so
You almost have like a 9 to 5 of editing on a sea day, don't you?
yeah.
And then I'll go off and do my cricket or my football or whatever. And sometimes you've done like some of the creative waves art sessions, haven't you? But
yeah,
other than that, you've been editing on sea days.
I have been doing a lot of work. We're on deck 3, and this deck is a little special for us because this is actually where we did our wedding photos. So this is what this deck looks like. This is where we did a lot of our photos, as I said. So yeah, it's lovely. I like this deck a lot because it's quite wide. It's easy to walk around, and we're going to put our headphones in and be really sociable and get walking, but this is the route. This is my music of choice.
And then of course I'm listening to a football podcast.
We've completed all of our laps and it is almost 10:15, so that was a really great way to start the day. As you can see, I'm properly sweating. The next thing on our to-do list today is to go and pick up our passports. Every guest handed in their passports about 3 stops ago for immigration purposes, but for Singapore we have to physically have them. They've arranged certain time slots for certain decks, or whatever deck you're on, you get a time slot, and ours is now to go and pick up your passport, which is what we're going to do, and then go back to the room, probably freshen up and have some breakfast. What a great start to the day. Let's go get the passports.
That's Mr. Benjamin Lever.
That's Benjamin Lever, yeah. That's me. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Success. I have secured our passports. I'm going to put these in the room now. Return to the room. They only need 1 person per cabin, so you just will wait for me up here, won't you?
There's no time for breakfast. I'm in my bug.
Oh, you're reading. Well, the room has been cleaned, which is lovely. Honestly, one of the nicest things every day, having your bed made. It's now almost 10:30. This is quite late for us to be having breakfast, but obviously we wanted to get that walk in first thing. And there are 3 ways you can have breakfast. The first is the buffet, which we're going to take you to this morning. The second is the main dining room, where we love having eggs Benedict. That's my favorite breakfast that we have in there, but they do smoothies, eggs. I've had avocado on toast, they do basically everything, but it's just like a sit-down restaurant. And then the third and final way is you can have breakfast delivered to your room if you put your card outside your room the night before, so you can actually have some breakfast stuff delivered, which we have done as well on those port days where we've been quite busy. Oh yes, here you go, that's the Rise and Shine little card.
Rise and Dine.
Oh, Rise and Dine. But today is the buffet, and then we'll show you lunch and dinner too. Also, a few things to share with you. Last night we actually went and did our washing, so we try and do it either on a port day in the evening or on a black tie night we found is quieter. There are a few ways to do the washing. You can actually send it to be washed, and there's a service, like a laundry service, but we just find it so easy to use the onboard machines. We do a wash, we set an alarm, then we come back, switch it into the dryer. We personally don't dry all our clothes, we just don't do that at home either, just because we don't want to shrink some things. So that's why we often hang stuff. So that's why on the first couple of vlogs you saw us hanging things on the balcony. On a sea day you can't hang your clothes outside, so we tumble dried most of it, but then we hung just a few things here and in the bathroom. So yeah, that was the washing situation. I thought some of you might want to see the machines and how we do it. Honestly, it's mostly Benj that does the washing, not me, because that's your little job that you've taken on. He does it at home too, so that's why. But I did go with him last night just to film it. But yeah, they have the baskets you can use, but we have our own foldable laundry basket as well. I wore my trainers to walk in, but I'm actually gonna switch to my Crocs. Where are they? They're under here. I love these for walking around the ship. Obviously I've got a ton of different flip-flops and variations of shoes. Goodbye trainers, Crocs, perfect. And then I can chuck those socks in the wash. So to give you a bit of an idea, these decks here, these are all cabins, so we'll start at the top. This is where there are a lot of different bars, and they have the pool, the spa, and the Belvedere is the buffet. So that's where we're going to deck 9, and then down the bottom here, skip all those cabins. This is the next sort of big chunk of where everything else is. Deck 1 has got reception, deck 2 has got loads of different bars, galleries, and the restaurant.
And the Palladium.
Palladium, yeah, goes over 2 floors, and then you've got the shops and the library, the cinema. So that's sort of giving you a bit of an overview.
We actually think that the Palladium is probably the nicest on any of the ships.
It's our favourite one so far,
it's
yeah.
More like a traditional, like, West End theatre over 2 decks of a circle. And
we'll show them tonight because we're going to go and see headliners tonight.
And there's little seating areas with tables, so you can have like a glass of wine in there.
First thing we do is wash our hands before we go into the buffet. Benji's favourite breakfast is the omelettes, so he's going to get a fresh omelette made up. This cold section has juices. There are fresh pastries as well along here. And then every single hot option you can imagine. This fried bread is so good. Bacon, eggs, beans, scrambled eggs, cheeses and hams. You can make tea and get different juices. This is all included. There's cranberry today, sometimes it's pineapple. And obviously you can make hot drinks, which I often do. I've got my own reusable cup. And then this is my favourite area. This is where you can get porridge, cereal, yogurts, granola, and yeah, all those sort of things. So I've been enjoying sort of making up my own thing here. So I like this granola, bit of fruits. They have walnuts, which are quite nice to chuck on. You can just sort of make your own little fruit smoothie bowl thing. Here's my little breakfast. So as I said, granola, yogurt, and then I got a little bit of fruit too, some pineapple and melon.
Omelette, beans, fried bread.
Yes.
Milk and yogurt in the same bowl?
I like milk and yogurt because I like the cereal to go a little soggy, and I like the yogurt on top.
Does the yogurt not make the cereal soggy?
No.
This sea is so calm and blue today. I love watching it. I love reading my book out here and sitting out here. It's so nice.
The water is so blue.
It's so
like,
pretty.
If I saw that in like in a theme park, I'd say they've dyed that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's so nice. And look, you can't see any land at all, which is maybe a little bit weird, but also love it. I'm just in the middle of nowhere. We've just come back from breakfast. It is 11 AM and I'm just trying to decide what I want to do next. So typically my #1 priority on sea days is like Benji said, editing, and I will usually edit either from the cabin here or from the crow's nest. That's my favourite place because it's right at the front of the ship, it's nice and big, and they typically have like French and Spanish classes going on, and I like hearing that in the background. But it's a really lovely place to work from. I've been very productive. Most of the time we've been doing sort of a day on land, pretty intense. We try and fit a lot in, about 20,000 steps, obviously very hot, and then a sea day afterwards. We are relaxing, resting, and like I said, editing. So there's not an awful lot to show you. It's very different to other cruises we've done. I think they have typically been filled with more activities, more restaurants, more things, but at the moment we're definitely more at home, if that makes sense. Like if it was a weekend at home, we weren't going anywhere. It's kind of how we treat the sea days. But I thought I'd be doing a lot more of the classes, and I wanted to do dancing and gym classes and stuff, but really I just am either too tired or editing. So that's really what the sea days look like for us. But we are actually on day 36 of 66 of the trip, so we are at the halfway point, just over, and so far it's been absolutely incredible. I don't want to do a summary or a roundup in this video because there's so much to go in depth with you, but obviously we've had the wedding day, which we haven't talked about yet. My birthday's next week, and we've done so many amazing places. This is the first trip where we've gone from different continents and had such different variety in terms of the destinations, because on previous cruises we've done like the Caribbean and the Med, and it's been sort of a focused area, whereas, you know, going from Australia, New Zealand to Southeast Asia, and then we're going to be going over to South Africa, etc., is very different, and we've done quite a lot of different activities. It's been incredible, a once in a lifetime experience. I don't know if we'll ever be able to do a cruise this long again, but I do not take it for granted. We both absolutely are loving it. Neither of us are feeling too homesick. We do miss our Bonnie girl, our little dog, but mostly we're just really enjoying cruise life and the pace, just the experiences we've been able to do. So like I said, I'll talk to you all about that in another video, but we are really happy, we are really enjoying it. The cabin feels really spacious. We've not felt like claustrophobic or had any cabin fever. There is so much going on the ship all the time. You will never be bored. But I thought I'd talk to you about a couple of the ports that we didn't vlog and why. We left Australia, and the first place we arrived to in Southeast Asia was Bitung in Indonesia. Didn't vlog here because we didn't book a shore experience. There were only 3 choices that none of them really appealed to us. We chose to just walk around, do a little bit of exploring, jumped in a taxi. The local taxi driver showed us around a bit. People were so welcoming, so friendly. There was lots of traditional dancing and music, and we were all being asked to take loads of pictures at the port with all the locals. It was definitely an experience, but I wouldn't say there was an awful lot to do as tourists, and I didn't think it was worth vlogging for you. But obviously Indonesia is somewhere we really want to return to. After that we did Manila in the Philippines, which we really loved. I actually have a whole vlog from that coming next. Then after that we did Hong Kong for 2 days, so you'll see Disneyland. I have so much to talk about Disneyland, but we had the best time, and that's what I'm currently editing at the moment. But Disneyland was amazing, so you'll see 2 videos from that. There is something so cool about coming out onto the balcony and being somewhere like this, just Hong Kong skyline at night, all lit up. There's so much to look at. It's so beautiful and fascinating, and we've seen a light show, and it's just amazing. Like, this is what it's all about. This is why we chose to do things this way, and these moments, these sails in and out of these major destinations and bucket list spots that I could have like never thought we'd do actually, and now we're here doing it. It's been really quite surreal. Like, it's just so cool. I love it. And then after Hong Kong we went to Vietnam, where we did Nha Trang and we did the mud bath experience. We went through the town. Our tour guide Kim gave us a really lovely tour and chatted all about Vietnam and the local people, and the city actually was a lot more built up and really nice than I sort of imagined, and the mud baths were so much fun. We had such a blast. I didn't film an awful lot of it, but you can sort of see that we went in some pools. They had, it was like a beach resort style place where they had waterfalls and yeah, some mineral pools, and the mud baths I didn't film, but we did get an amazing funny photo of us. I don't think I'm going to share it because it's actually hilarious, but it's just us sat in a mud bath thing. So that was Vietnam, and then we've been at sea for the last 2 days as we make our way to Singapore. So that's where we're at in terms of the catch up. So next you'll see Manila and Hong Kong, and then Singapore, and then we have Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, which we're going to vlog as well, and then Mauritius, South Africa and Tenerife. So still lots more vlogs and videos and things to show you, but so far it's been amazing. Now I just have to decide if I want to go and read my book by the pool or if I want to get some editing in. I'll show you the horizon and we'll make a decision. If you've sailed on P&O cruises before, you'll know that the horizon is the daily newspaper letter thing which tells you information about what's going on each day. I like to highlight things that interest us, and then this is what it looks like inside. There is so many things, different seminars, there's a trivia, football, which Benji does a lot, table tennis, Arcadia vocalist, which is like a choir, ukulele, archery, a salsa class, Spanish class, loads more dance classes. I mean, you can sort of read a little bit for yourself. And then this was the one I was interested in actually, this LMS HD skin consultation. I love LMS skincare and I thought that could be quite interesting at one, but it is kind of going over the time we normally have lunch, so we'll see if I end up doing that. I've never been to this, but I like the idea. There's a morning stretch as well and a yoga class, and then this evening there's quite a lot of evening entertainment. So, well, actually 2 things that I like the look of. So the headliners theatre company are doing Killer Queen, which is literally just Queen songs, but the headliners theatre company are amazing. We've seen so many good shows, and then there's also a game show that I thought could be quite fun to see later. We don't always follow what I tick off, it's just more things I thought could be good to do. And then on the back there's just more information, so about the passports today, any visas or anything we need, it sort of tells you what to do and where to go. In terms of lunch, you can either go to the buffet, the main dining room again, or there is a pool bar where they have kind of like a grill where they do burgers and chips and hot dogs, and then they do a sandwich bar where you can make up your own sandwiches, which is what we love to do, which is probably what we'll have today. Chicken sandwiches are so good there. So that'll be lunch, which is by the pool, and that is normally between, I think it's 12 and 2. Oh, there's a deck lunch barbecue today. The sandwich bar's closed. Well, we won't be showing you that then, but the barbecue is on until 2:30 today. For dinners, they also have 2 specialty restaurants. One's called Sindhu, which is like an Indian, and Ocean Grill, which has a lot of like steak and seafood. And then they do the Beach House, which is on their other ships. They do like a mini version of it, which we've done already as well, which we love. And you can have the lava steak that you cook yourself on a plate. Love it. But we're probably gonna have dinner in the main restaurant this evening, which is included. So the only thing you pay extra for is those specialty restaurants, and they're only like £10–15 extra, I think. We don't do a drinks package because we prefer to just pay as we go, or we get soft drinks on land and bring them on board. We also pay for the Wi-Fi as well, so we're always connected, which is how we're uploading videos, which I paid up front for when we were back home with a bit of a discount. Right, I'm gonna pull out a swimming cozy. I think I'm gonna go for this leafy one. We're gonna need the sun cream, my reading book, which is my Kindle. I am ready for the pool. Got my swimming cozy on and my towel, and we've got our towel clips. We haven't had any issues getting a sunbed yet, but obviously people do reserve beds with towels. We don't do that because we just obviously don't spend much time out there. We're only out there for like an hour or so. Because they're doing a barbecue today on the right, you can see them setting up. There is no sun loungers out on the side in the sun, so we might have to go to the other pool and come back here.
That was nice.
Looks nice here though, look. Alright, here's the aft pool. Nice and busy out here. Perfect. 2 together. Here's our little beds.
This is where we're set.
Here's our little setup. We're actually really close to the sea.
Nice here because the wind comes through, like we get the breeze.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel as hot, but we just have to make sure that we realise that it's a lot hotter than we think it is.
We only spend about an hour out here, don't we? Yeah. So just a little bit of sunbathing.
Like a rotisserie chicken.
And we go in the pool, read our books. You've got your book down there. He's reading Iron Flame.
Spot bakes a cake.
Spot bakes a cake?
Yeah.
In case you're wondering what I'm reading, I have just started a book called Magnolia Parks. It looks very weird on the front cover. You can't really appreciate it on Kindle, but it's very much like Made in Chelsea style-y. They're like really rich millionaire families in London, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm only like 10% in, but it's good so far. The floor is so warm. We had to jump to put our shoes on.
The floor is lava.
It is, the floor is lava. Oh, he's getting in. You look very happy.
I am very happy. This is our favourite spot to read our books, isn't it?
Yeah, you can just sit on the water.
But not fully.
Yay! It's so nice. The temperature's like perfect. Nice and cool. Love it. I feel like I'm truly on holiday when I'm in a swimming pool. We've been sunbathing. I'm very warm. We have called it now because it's 1 o'clock and I'm going to go to this skin consultation, but I'm actually really nervous about it. I don't know why. I don't like going to things on my own. I'm just on my way back to the cabin. I'll talk to you more about it in a second, but I always know if I'm going the right way when I've been at the front because I passed this door and I just think this is so lovely. They have a cruising partners for life thing on their front door. Okay, that was so interesting. I was the only one there, so I got a private one-on-one skincare consultation, and I'll try and put the little photo and videos that I got up, but basically she took some photos of my face and it did like a 3D mapping and showed all the different areas. Brown patches was sun damage, which we know, and she said that by wearing SPF every day that helps because it's not just sun, it's the UV on our phones. She talked to me about red areas, texture, wrinkles. The different spots were showing dry skin and the pores, and that my products, my skincare products I'm using are not going to be absorbed properly if I'm not exfoliating at least once a week. And I didn't bring an exfoliator with me, so I did actually just pick one up from Elemis. This is the Gentle Rose exfoliator. I thought I'll give this a go so I can get rid of the dead skin cells, as she mentioned, but it was really cool to sort of have that experience. Obviously I paid for the product. I actually used some cruise credit that I've got, but I also booked a massage while I was there for my birthday next week. I went for a hot stones because I love a hot stone massage at 9:15 next Sunday. Right, I'm packing up my bag with my laptop. I'm going to go and have some lunch. Take this, very important, my book, and I need some headphones for editing, so grab those out my drawer. I'm going to go to the Crow's Nest to do my work, which is my favourite place to go and work from, just because I'm quite productive there and I get a bit distracted in the cabin. You don't want any barbecue food?
I'm not hungry. That breakfast filled me right up.
Okay.
So in about 10 minutes I'm going to go up and start getting ready for cricket.
This lunch is going to be as much a surprise as it is to me as it will be for you. It could be anything. Don't know what it is. Sometimes they have different themes according to where we are in the world. Oh, they've got some little desserts out here, some jelly and things, and that's normally where they have our sandwiches. So it looks like they've got some chicken tikka, burgers, corn on the cob. Oh, they have loads actually. They've got a nice salad area here. I think I'm going to have some coleslaw. Yum. Okay, there's loads of things. They even have tacos you can build your own. And I think it's repeated on that side as well. This is what I ended up with. I got some kebabs, chips, some salad, and a corn on the cob. Yum. Finished my lunch, it was lovely, and now I've got a little strawberry jelly. I was on my way to the Crow's Nest when Benji said he's about to play cricket, so they're just warming up. I don't think there's much to show you, just a load of blokes playing cricket, as I'm sure you can imagine. Here he is. He's very good actually. He loves sport. Bless him, he comes up here pretty much every sea day. I'm gonna go, have fun. We'll just have to imagine that you're good at cricket. You can tell us all about it later.
Imagine I am, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to give you a second by second replay.
No, thank you. You can come find me in the Crow's Nest, that's where I'll be.
See you in the growling.
Bye. I honestly don't know how he does it. It's so warm. I was sweating just standing out there. Can you see? No, thank you. It's not for me. But 2 o'clock, starting work now. Okay, here we go. I'm about to start editing. And I'm whispering because it's so quiet in here. But this is my lovely view. And this is the Crow's Nest. Lovely. Very happy about this. So I edited in the crow's nest for a while, then I came back and edited here, then I got into bed to carry on editing, and I had a nap. What a hard life. I had a little nap. Oh, it was so lovely. I'm not sure if it was just the heat or what, but it was not like I had a hard day. I just really was tired. And now I've been back at my desk here, my little makeshift desk where I'm editing some content from Hong Kong Disneyland. I've just uploaded a reel about Frozen, like the world of Frozen, and I'm just about to work on one about the hotel. And I have so much content that is taking me absolutely ages to get through it. So I'm about 2 to 3 weeks behind in terms of vlogs and Instagram, and I have loads of stories to catch up with as well, but I'm doing my best. I'm trying to find the balance. I have just had the nicest shower, and I'm gonna find my Kindle and join Benji outside because he's reading on the balcony. Oh, this time of day is my favourite. Yay. How have you been finding the cruise? Because I know I spoke on behalf of us both earlier, but how are you finding it?
I think it's because we feel the same, isn't it? We just absolutely loved every second of it. I'm loving, I think the thing that surprised me, I knew obviously I'd love the days at sea, days on land, exploring, doing the things or what we always do on holiday, but the sea days have been just as relaxing.
Yeah, you've loved the sea day.
They've almost been like opposites. Days on land have been go, 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 going to see everything, going to experience everything, mostly for the first time. A few things I've already done before. But then the days at sea have been really relaxing. I found my little clubs, my little sports things. It's been great. Again, I say it on every single cruise. You can literally do as much or as little as you want. You could have yourself booked out all day on class, sport thing, quiz,
swimming,
whatever, group activities. Or on some days we've just sat in the room, closed the doors, put the little leave me alone sign on the door, and we've just chilled, just us.
We've watched movies and we've played games out here on the balcony.
Cards.
We've also done a few games nights with friends that we've made on board. Got a couple that are the same age as us, and we've done games nights, haven't we, with them, which has been so lovely. There was one black tie night we all ate dinner together as well, which we loved.
I never thought this would be an actual thing, but I thought, we'll probably be sick of each other. But we're so bonded, aren't we?
I know, it's so sweet.
It's helped us be together so much.
Yeah, because we have like today I was apart from you for a while.
But I was sat next to you. Like,
no, when you went to play cricket and stuff,
for an hour,
and I had lunch on my own and stuff. Like, we're not always together, but we are mostly together all the time, obviously, yeah. We're hardly ever apart, which is crazy. Yeah, no, I'm loving it. I've just realised we've got a whole family of Disney friends behind me. One of them's mine, 2 are gifts. We are dressed and ready for dinner. We're going to the main dining room, as I said, and it's called the Meridian Restaurant. You can either have a certain time, which is 6:30 or 8:30, or on the second deck, the floor below, is what's called freedom dining, which is when you can go for dinner anytime you like, but you might have to wait for a table during busy times, which means you can either get a pager, little buzzer thing, or you can share with other people, which we have done a couple of times. Last night as well, we ate just the 2 of us, and it was a black tie, and it was so lovely. We both got all dressed up. I had like a nice black velvet dress, and Benji had his bow tie and suit and looked lovely, and we had a really amazing dinner. We had like a ham pate thing for starter, then we had steak, and for dessert we did a champagne strawberry jelly, and it was an amazing meal. So I'm very much looking forward to another dinner in the Meridian this evening. It's obviously not black tie tonight. We have like 1 a week-ish, and then after dinner we are going to try and go and see the show called Killer Queen. So that's our plans for tonight. Let's go for dinner. I'm just gonna let my hair dry, curly. I have kind of given up with it, I'll be honest, because if I blow dry and straighten it or curl it, it just goes so frizzy. And tomorrow in Singapore it's going to be 32 degrees, so obviously it's just going to end up being in a bun on the top of my head. This is my dress from Next. Yeah, Next. It's by a brand called Love and Roses. Little bag. That's it. Shoes. Little heels. Shall I show you our outfit? Outfit of the evening, lift edition. Yours?
This is from Russell, wasn't it? The one that you got in Russell.
Bought it in New Zealand, yeah. You got nice trousers on and your new boat shoes, which we bought in Manila. Deck 2. Yes, you got your nice wedding watch. We have got our buzzer and we're going to the Spinnaker bar, which is in here. We will play cards while we wait. It will only take about 10 minutes. This bar also has a pianist later on tonight, and it's so lovely when you walk through here. But they have proper Costa coffee in here too, and it's just lovely. This is just one of many bars, but it's the closest one to the restaurant. That's why we're in here. It's really lovely in here. We've got a nice little table. We've been at this one before, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
It's 1, 2, 3. That's why I remember it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what's on the menu this evening. See what we have. I'm gonna have the top one, the fish with potatoes and leeks and carrots, and Benji's having the crisp fried halloumi.
I can't remember the last time I had halloumi.
I've never had it as a full main before.
I don't think I have either.
Wow, yours looks really good.
Yeah, I'm happy with mine.
That looks really nice. They put some veg on there for you as well. Oh, I want to try a bit of that.
You can.
That's good. And I've got the fish with potato and veg as well. Oh, thank you. Oh, some extra veg. That's nice. Perfect. Love that. That was a very lovely dinner. We both had something a bit different today.
I wouldn't normally go for that, but no, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, we normally have a lot of steak, I'm not gonna lie.
Steak, chicken.
Yeah, steak or chicken's our favourite. We've had an amazing spaghetti bolognese.
Ooh.
We've had...
Beef Wellington.
Oh, the beef Wellington. That's a banger. But we skipped pudding. Because we're going to go and get... Yeah, let's...
Mini eggs.
Mini eggs. We haven't opened a pack yet. We've got them in the room. And Benji said, let's get the mini eggs and take them to the show. Because that's what we'd do, wouldn't we?
Yeah. I've got the goods.
He's got the goods. One each.
They're small bags, to be fair.
They are quite small, yes. Just walking through the atrium and there's a pianist playing. It's so lovely. And look at the ceiling up here. I don't think it does justice, actually. I have to go downstairs, but it's so pretty. We've got to walk through the shops to get to the theatre. We always like having a little browse, don't we? Yeah. They change the stock, actually, quite frequently. So we always like to have a look. So here's the jewellery section. Then there's bags and things over here. And then clothes. And we've made a few friends in this shopping area, so we always say hello to them. One of the crew, hi! One of the crew, well, actually there's a few crew that work in the shop, but one of them is the nicest girl. Her name's Marley, and she is so sweet, isn't she?
She always runs over whenever we walk past, we have a little chit chat.
Yeah. She's become a really sweet little friend of ours. That's the shop with all the goods in, all the snacks and the P&O Cruises merch. Killer Queen in concert, featuring the hits of Queen. We like to go on the second floor because it's quite a good view. Yeah, we normally like the front row, but it looks like it's all full today. Here is our little seat. We're just sat to the side of this bar. It's really nice, isn't it? It's
really
noisy in here though, oh my god.
The first time we've not been able to get front row.
No.
We're a bit late coming down today, weren't we?
Yeah. Headliners Theatre Company was so
good, so
Killer
good.
Queen.
I love Queen.
It was 45 minutes long and they did not stop. So much dancing and singing, really high energy, really well produced.
Yeah.
Really good. Anyway, we loved it, but now we're in the Globe and Benji signed up to do a Spin It to Win It, which is a game show. So this is the screen right now and they're going to put their names in. Oh, Spin It to Win It.
Oh, I've just seen his buzzers.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, you're over there, Benj.
Let's hope my intrusive thoughts don't come out.
So I'm looking for Benji, Mandy, and Graham.
Look at him taking it so seriously. I honestly love him so much. I'm so pleased that he's nominated himself. This is going to be amazing.
A fun little game that we're going to play today called Spin It to Win It. It's a lot like if you've ever been on a long car journey and you played the game Hangman, a little bit like that. It is also like a popular TV show that I can't mention for legal rights. It all makes sense soon, but before we do that, we've got to meet some contestants.
I think he's going to be good at this because he plays Wordle every day.
We'll manufacture and a product. All the S and Y and U and R. We've got a buzzer. It is the yellow buzzer. It is our boy Benji.
Is it Cadbury's double decker?
Yeah, well done.
You are absolutely right. You want to solve it?
Yeah. Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future.
You think it's Michael J. Fox? Wow.
No way, that's so good.
Really, really good. Well done. Everyone's impressed with that. Tell you what, Benji, you came from far then. That came from depth 9. What do you think it is?
Just the tip of the iceberg.
Just the tip of the iceberg.
Woo!
We've pretty much revealed the whole iceberg there. That's good. Is it really good?
Oh no!
That is good for Mandy.
Oh no! He won a bottle of wine!
That was really fun. I'm glad I did that.
That was very entertaining, and obviously I couldn't capture the whole thing, but we were here for like 45 minutes. Well, that was highly entertaining. I'm glad and proud of you that you did it. It was fun.
This is my kind of thing, isn't it?
I think the minute that they said it was going to be a word association game, I was like, he's got this. He's absolutely got this. But then the other woman, what was her name? Mandy. She absolutely stole it with Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix because she didn't know it. So you win points for guessing letters.
And I realised you don't go for the common letters. You basically guess the consonants in and the.
Yeah.
Because they're always in, they're in all of them.
Yeah.
So,
but no, it was good fun. Like, this is what it's like when we explain our sea days, because sometimes, like Benji said, we're in bed by 9 o'clock watching a movie, and then other times we go from show to this to that to, you know, piano music
things
to playing
like that
games.
are normally quite busy, so we didn't even expect to see it, let alone participate in it.
We're very excited to do Singapore, so you'll see that coming probably in the next 3 or 4 weeks at this point, because there's so much to show you. We hope you've enjoyed this one. Give it a thumbs up and leave us a comment below. We love reading your comments, so let us know if you're enjoying these vlogs, and we'll see you again in the next ones. Thanks for watching.
See you later.
Bye.